UTV 44 Game of the Week Preview Show. Brought to you by Metro PCS.
Week 4 of the high school football season here on UTV 44 on our Metro PCS pregame show as we get ready to look at our matchup tonight. The Blount Leopards on the road to take on Saraland, and always fun we get a chance to go see Sparty in that stadium. You know, we didn't get there much early, but now we've been there the past couple seasons. We're looking forward to getting back there. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, we are out here at the Metro PCS location, 7335 Airport Boulevard, west almost all the way out to Schillinger Road here on Airport, and we'll talk all about tonight's game as we get ready for the matchup again. Blount and Saraland, 6A Region 1 matchup. Last week, you know, you look at that game on paper, going into it, 7A, big matchup, big rivals. I mean, it was over early.
Yeah, it was over quickly.
It was 28-0 at the end of the first quarter.
You know, when you try to dissect the teams and the games you have coming up, you have nothing to go forward on except some of the words of the coaches you speak to, some of the things you see on film, and the results of the games leading up to that. Well, the fact that Davidson challenged Murphy and sent him into multiple overtimes.
McGill, yeah, challenged
McGill,
right.
It gave me the impression that now McGill in 7A on this side of the bay, they were going to find some teams that maybe could match up and slow down their speed a little bit, or at least cover them a little bit. That just wasn't the case. They got on top of a Murphy team that was minus their first two quarterbacks. That showed, but at the same time, McGill was dominant again with the way they've been dominant, a great defense, and of course speed on the outside, and Bubba at quarterback to direct it all. Yeah,
Bubba doesn't even make it through the second quarter, and they set him down and just let him rest the rest of the way. And you know, I think if Maurice starts at quarterback for Murphy, the final score is probably not that lopsided, but I still think the way the teams were ready to play that night, it was going to be McGill in that game. But boy, I was really surprised how quickly it got away from Murphy defensively.
And who knows? There just might have been, you know, just kind of a, you know, if you believe this much less in your chances and you give it this much less effort and/or concentration, you're not where you need to be. You don't, you know, you don't keep somebody from getting to the edge defensively. Suddenly you look up and now you're thinking, now what are the odds that we're going to get back in this game? So hats off to McGill. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of them before the season is out.
Yeah, no doubt. And Ben Thomas wrote about it in the paper, and I totally agree with him. He's, you know, because Rick Cawley, I mean, he's kind of a no-nonsense. It's black and white. There's not a lot of gray area. And, you know, had a player who missed a practice for a reason that wasn't acceptable to him, and it didn't matter if he was the starting quarterback or the third-string tight end, not playing. Biggest game of the year, biggest rivalry. Coach sticks to his guns, say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. The other kids won't respect me if I don't make this decision for the game against McGill.
And then more than just respecting Rick, they've got to respect the program. They've got to respect the fact that they're playing Murphy high school football. And so, you know, on the short term, did not work out. On the long term, I think he had no choice.
Yep, I agree. So, and I think most people in the football community respect what Rick Cawley did, and if your kid was on the team, you'd want him to make that decision as well. Hey, for the game tonight, Saraland and Blount, if you check on the back of your Saraland tickets, there's a special offer on there from Metro PCS. You can bring it in and get a free upgrade for a Bluetooth headset here to go with your current phone. So Blount, around Blount, we've got 2 locations of Metro PCS. Got one on St. Stephen's Road, and then there's also one in Saraland. For Saraland, they have a Metro PCS location as well, 705 Highway 43 South in Saraland. We're here at the one on Airport Boulevard, getting ready for the matchup between Blount and Saraland. 6A matchup tonight here on UTV 44, and we're going to talk with Lev Holly and Kadarius Toney, the quarterback of the Blount Leopards, coming up right after this from Metro PCS on Airport Boulevard. Metro PCS pregame show continues on here from the location out on Airport Boulevard. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Kadarius Toney, quarterback of the Blount Leopards. Lev Holly, the head coach of the Blount Leopards, with us as we get ready for tonight's matchup. And Coach, we were just talking to the break about when we got to meet you last year. I remember Dan met you on campus before I had a chance to meet you, and Dan called me and he said, "You're gonna love this guy." It didn't take long. You'd just been hired as the head coach. How different is it a year later, you know, 4 weeks into the season, as it was, say, a year ago, taking over the new position?
It's no different. Just a bunch of kids. Love what they do. Understand the small things, the things we want done, how we want it done. when we want it done and understand that, the standard that's been set. Just really thankful to Mr. Jerome Woods, the principal, and his administration, the faculty and staff for the job they do with our kids every day.
It's one thing to say, this is where you want the bar to be, and this is how we're going to do things. But if you don't have some immediate success, it's very easy for kids, players, fans to look at
parents.
Yeah, parents, no question. So coming in, having great success, having a team that bought in so quickly to you personally last year has to be very rewarding, and also you have to see a very bright future for the Blount Leopards.
We're in a great situation. The kids, they, like I said, I think they wanted structure, they wanted the discipline, so I felt like it was my job to filter it down to the assistant coaches and from the coaches to the players, and and to get the community involved. And I give a lot of credit to the people that I've worked under. Kerry Stevenson at Viger, Jeff Kelly at Saraland, and Danny Powell in Jackson. I always say, is that I worked under great people, and I'm in this position where I am because of that. So, very thankful. But, I came in with a bunch of talent, but the hardest thing about that is putting that talent in position to be successful. And one of the things, we tell our kids every day, they have to earn the right. And like I say, with the off-season program that we've had, didn't really get no off-season the first year I was there, but last year it was very tough on the kids, something different. Had a lot of fun in doing it, but they were seeing the results, seeing themselves getting better, and got a lot more confident in that situation. So I think what you see on the field now is a reflection of the hard work that they've put in the past.
3-0, great start for the Leopards.
Oh, yeah, great start. Kadarius Stoney is a young man I met last year when I met Coach Holly. And he explained to me right away that he was an athlete that played quarterback. Looked me in the eye and said, "Come on Friday night, you'll see what I'm talking about." I'm thinking, this guy, I guess he's pretty good. And you were fabulous last year, so congratulations. I understand, little birdie told me I really need to follow you on Twitter. Is that a fact?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you keep the comments going, but I would like to know what it's been like now, not just with your team. How do you separate the fact that you are trying to quarterback a team to a state championship, which obviously is in your grasp, and the recruitment aspect of your life right now?
Honestly, I put my recruiting to the side and handle my team first, because without my team, I wouldn't have the scouts and the recruiting that I have now.
Were you surprised by the level of recruitment and how it just kind of mushroomed from zero to wherever we are now?
It was kind of surprising, but I know all the hard work and the dedication that I put in throughout the summer and the spring to have a great season like that, I kind of expected.
Offensively, putting up big numbers to start the season. Defensively, playing great as well. Talk about what you're going to see going up against the Saraland team tonight. Obviously, you coach with Coach Kelly. You know him a little bit about him. What are you expecting to see tonight as you take on the Spartans?
Disciplined team, a team that's going to believe, a team that's going to fight to the end, a team that ain't going to make many mistakes, and it's going to be a physical game. So, I think we have to go in there as a hostile environment, family atmosphere. I think they're happy to get back home. I know we were last week, so I know they'll be rocking. So I think we just have to go in and, first off, control all emotions. I think we just get through the first 6 minutes and both teams settle in, and we got to win the game in the trenches. But Coach Kelly and his staff, they do a great job, and like a lot of them, they're great friends of mine. So again, like I was telling today, from 7 o'clock, everything is off to a certain degree. But at the end, we're going to still be best friends when it's all over. Have a lot of respect for the quarterback, Jack West. He's a great kid, and he's the leader of that team. So we're going to have to try to contain him, and not only contain him, but those guys you have around him. So just got to play fast, play physical, and play blunt football.
Your thoughts on your quarterback?
Loving to death. Just bought in. Like when I came in there, I sat down with him, talked to him, and at the end, I told him, I said, "Blunt's gonna go where you take us," and he accepted that role, accepted that challenge. I'm a lot harder on him than I am on a lot of kids, because I don't want him to get to the point that he forget about his team. So I'm constantly telling him, and he's constantly taking it in. But he is the backbone of our team. From the recruiting side, and one of the things that we was preaching to our kids is, he has the recruits coming in. I mean, there's no secret, but again, you have to perform, and you have to be that guy that when the game is on the line, you have to be the most poised kid on the field. And he's accepted that. He's accepted that challenge. day in and day out how he does things. Very proud of him from the way he's handled his academics. The recruitment, being able to put it aside and say that, you know, right now his commitment is to Blount High School, throwing self out of the way and strictly being about that team. So I couldn't be more proud of him.
Well, you can't be a quarterback without those traits. I mean, you have to have those traits to be a great quarterback. We can't wait to watch you out there tonight. Going to get to watch two great quarterbacks go at it as well. Coach Lev Howley, Kadarius Toney, we will talk more about them throughout the broadcast here tonight. Do want to remind you, Metro PCS, we got a couple locations for you. If you're a Blount fan, 3305 St. Stephen's Road, and also at 705 Highway 43 in Saraland. Be sure to check out the back of the ticket tonight for the game as well. You've got a free upgrade to a Bluetooth headset at any of the Metro PCS locations. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jeff Kelly and Jack West, the quarterback. Lev Howley was just talking all about as we hear about Saraland as they get ready for the matchup with the Leopards here tonight on UTV 44. Metro PCS pregame show here as we get ready for our UTV 44 game of the week. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Jack West, quarterback of the Saraland Spartans. Jeff Kelly, sixth year been at Saraland now. The years are going by quickly. We get ready for the matchup here tonight at Saraland as they take on the Blount Leopards. Coach, 2-1 on the year, been in tight games, tough schedule to start the season. But I guess we talked to a lot of coaches like, week in, week out, that's kind of what you get down here.
You know, it is. You know, we're a part of 6A Region 1. It's about a week in and week out, and then you look at our two non-region games. They're 7A teams. That's been very good. So, you know, we understand it going in, and you know, coming out the gate against Baker, we had a physical football game and one on the road. We've opened up 3 on the road, and we've had some ups and downs, but we've got you know, coming into the season, we knew it. We got a lot of guys that's finding their way a little bit and getting that experience week in and week out. We feel good about where we are. We're glad to get back home. I understand we got the big challenge coming in this week, but we're looking forward to Friday night.
Our audience keeps growing, Coach. The numbers show that in terms of watching high school football on UTV 44. So we're gaining new fans, not just each year, but each week, really. Give the casual football fan an idea of what kind of game we're going to see and what kind of atmosphere we're going to see, because it's hard to top what happens at Saraland.
You know, our fans are special.
I would agree.
Community is special.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to...
The traffic situation in and out of your game also
absolutely.
Special in its own unique way.
You know, if you want to go anywhere you want to in Saraland on a Friday night, you can probably get in and out pretty easily.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because everybody's there. They shut the town down, and our students do a great job, and our community does a great job. I think on the field you're going to see two very good, very physical football teams that are disciplined. They believe in who they are. They believe in what they do. And I think it's going to be, you know, two outstanding groups going at it. And, you know, it's going to come down to a 4-quarter game. We expect that. We know that coming in. It's going to come down to the team that makes the most plays. And it should be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We can't wait. Jack West, quarterback. Talk about just how, as you've played a lot, like the game, everybody talks about it needs to slow down a little bit as you get more experience. The game comes to you. I've got to think you're feeling that right now.
Yes, sir. You know, getting to play last year was huge in my development. I think that the game has definitely speeded down a lot. Obviously, playing Blount this week, they're a really, really fast team, so it's going to be fast anyways.
Yeah.
But
if there's any one week you wish it would slow down,
Yes, sir.
here's the week.
But overall, we're just looking forward to it, and like Coach Kelly said, it's gonna be the team that executes the most.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to talk about, and Dan alluded to it, but I mean, so you open up with 3 straight on the road, get to come home. Just as a player, talk about, you know, we get to feel it not from within the lines like you do, but just talk about the feeling of playing a home game at that stadium in Saraland.
Sure, like Coach Kelly said, our fans are special, and they always pack our home stands out, and even when we're away, they seem to pack the other team's home stands out along with ours too. So you know, it's definitely a blessing to get to go out there with my guys on Friday nights, and we're especially looking forward to it this Friday since we've been on the road 3 straight games. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there'll be some purple jerseys in the crowd too. Blount's going to bring a couple of fans to the game on Friday night also.
You know, love thy neighbor. they're right around the corner. The fact is, Jeff, when you took the job and it was a brand new school, there just seemed to be some people that thought, well, you know, maybe not, who knows. I always had the feeling, I don't know. I think Jeff can win up there, maybe win big. What has it been like, the 6-year journey?
You know, Coach Holly and I had some of those conversations because we were working together at that time. You know, growing up in Saraland, knowing the community, you know, growing up and knowing the kind of players that have come through there during the years and the kind of support that our city and community pours into it, I knew without a doubt, I knew it was going to take some time, but I knew we could build it. I knew we could, you know, year in and year out, be a group that's going to show up and play extremely hard because that's who they are. That's who we've grown up to be. And so there were some, you know, some long conversations that you know, from folks in the coaching business and that kind of stuff. But I knew exactly what I was getting into. I knew the support that we had from our school board, from our superintendent, from our principal, and I knew the kind of people that we could bring in there and help do it together. It's not a one-person thing. It's not a one-man show or anything. I've got some outstanding coaches that lead these young men day in and day out, and it's been we've got a lot of continuity there. A lot of our same guys that were there that first year, they're all still here, and they're all still in that same role, and you know, it gives a lot of stability and it allows our kids to understand what's expected year in and year out. And so hopefully we can keep that going. Just because we've had some success, that doesn't mean we're going to have it this year, next year, or the year after. You know, and that same thing with tonight. You know, we got to bring it every year. We got to bring it every week, and we got to be at that level, you know, week in and week out. That's like Coach Holly said. You know, the standard, the level, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. That expectation of what it means to play at Saraland is there, and we got to do our best to live up to it every day.
Oh, well, we can't. It makes it a little easier to live up to when you got a guy like this.
He makes
back
it a
there,
lot easier. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Had to be like when the coaches had you at quarterback in high school. Like a very similar situation when they've got a great quarterback. If they're a big talent, makes life easy.
Jeff won't brag, but he was the talk of South Alabama back when he was playing at Citronelle. I remember that very clearly.
Absolutely.
No question about it. Well, we can't wait for this one to get going. Jack, be safe out there. We will see you. Coach, stay there. We'll bring Lev Holly out here. We'll ask some more questions. Do want to remind you, got one location of Metro PCS in Saraland, 705 Highway 43 South. And be sure to check the back of those ticket stubs tonight for a special offer from Metro PCS. When we come back, both coaches talk with us as we're about 10 minutes from kickoff tonight. Saraland and Blount here on UTV 44. Kick things off here tonight from Saraland. Got a big matchup, Blount and Saraland, UTV 44 game of the week. And you know what? We're kind of ready for one of those big games of the week. You know, we've had some games that hadn't been super close so far on TV. I think we're going to get one tonight.
No offense to the teams who have competed on the UTV 44 game of the week till this point.
Right.
But we need a closer game, so tonight hopefully we'll really get one.
And both coaches are like, you know, if we win going away, to heck with TV. We're not interested in that.
No, that's not their job to worry about us.
Hey, I thought you both brought up a great point, and we'll quickly touch on it. You know, talking about support of the community, but having an administration at your school that believes in football and believes in what it can do for the school makes an enormous difference to the success you can have on the field.
Well, I mean, I think when you have administration in line with the program and the standard and the job you're trying to do, it makes it easy because you're allowed that flexibility. You know, and one thing about Mr. Woods, he's an old ball coach, successful coach in Louisiana, so he brings that flavor. He's very intense. He loves winning, but doing it the right way. So, you know, we sit down and talk. He don't get in day-to-day operation. He let me control my discipline. You know, so I think it's one of those deals that you just have to, you know, just go in, just be who you are and do what you do, you know, and I think results take care of that.
You get the same thing. I mean,
I get the same thing, you know, and our principal, Ms. Spondyke, is probably the best out there, one of the best in my opinion anyway. Our superintendent, Dr. Milner, is a former football coach. Our president of our school board coached 40-some-odd years in the youth park system in Saraland, youth football growing up. So talking about the support there within our school board, our superintendent, our principal, that's really been a huge part to make everything go at Saraland.
Well, we love it. We can't wait to be there. All right, here's our silly questions to do it. All right, so hey, we had a great weekend of college football. I mean, it was such a great weekend. Okay, so had an NFL game last night.
Kelly is bailing
all right,
out.
Excited. These will be excited for the NFL. Excited for the NFL season to start. Are you excited?
When is it starting?
So,
The answer is no.
Hey, we played Blount Friday night.
How about you? Like Sunday, you be watching?
Oh,
All right, now here. How about this one? Over and under on my Chicago Bears 9 wins. Over or under?
How many did they win last year?
Way under. Way under. Way under.
Am I the only guy that has a
Yes.
little bit of confidence in Cutler?
I think so.
All right. What was the last thing you fixed?
Try to fix my defense. Stop Jeff offense.
How about you? You fix it around the house, lawn mowing?
You know,
weed
I
eater?
tried to fix my daughter's light in her closet, but I broke it even worse. So I've got to do that tonight.
That's a Brennan move right there.
That is me. Ever been injured by doing something really dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell what it was?
Yeah, like playing basketball before a football game.
I broke my right thumb trying to make a tackle after an interception in college.
Back up.
Spring game.
You got to just back up, right?
Yeah, so that was not real smart.
I accidentally kicked a red snapper 2 years ago. Had to have surgery to remove a fin from my toe. That's really dumb. Ever take part in a talent show?
No.
No, I can't.
MC'd them.
Yeah, that's
And it was,
it.
as I recall, it was a terrible challenge.
All right, quickly, ever thrown anything at the TV?
No, hey, Saturday, South Alabama game, Mississippi State, when they missed it, I started to throw something. I was excited, fired up for South.
Yeah, throw it at the TV? No?
Don't have much time to watch TV.
Yeah, you're done.
Composure.
All right, here we go. Kickoff Blount and Saraland tonight here on UTV 44. Can't wait. Leopards and Spartans come up right after this.